Like like we're live now?
Live.
Like we're writing that live right now?
Right now.
So we're live! If you're watching this on 7/28/2022, here we are in Huntington, or actually Mexico. Tijuana, Mexico. Okay, now I'm here with, Ernest. What's your name?
Ernest.
That's the Saturday Night Live I was telling you about. And it doesn't matter unless you saw Chevy Chase, okay? Where'd you come from? What part of the world?
Roanoke, Virginia, the Blue Ridge Mountains.
The Blue. I've never been there. Is it?
It's wonderful.
So what brought you 3,000 miles this side?
You did.
Well, there's a microphone too.
All right. I was watching you on YouTube and listening about holistic health and healing and how mainstream medical could possibly be wrong about things. And I was diagnosed with spinal stenosis after 3 back surgeries, and they said the only way to fix it was to remove 7 vertebrae. And so I decided to try something different, and boy, am I glad I did.
Okay, so you came out, okay, and we're pretty thorough on our first visit, okay? We do x-rays, exam, thermography, blood analysis, CBC, 3 nerve scans. I mean, you know, we rotate the tires and light the fires, okay? What'd you think of that whole process?
I thought it was great. The staff here is wonderful. You're very knowledgeable. I agree with the holistic approach of healing, so I'm really happy to be here.
Okay, now, I don't want to give any details of your case, but when you do an operation, okay, on a back, now sometimes barbarians will cut out discs, they'll put steel bolts in there. Other times barbarians will only remove part of the lamina, which doesn't have a lot of structure or integrity in it, because the vertebrae has a ligament on the bottom and top called a disc, and then you got joints in the back. Now, luckily, some people, and I'm not mentioning who, had operations, but the joints were still mobile. That blew me away. Oh my God, because when you got movement in the joint, honest to God, it can regenerate. And no matter how much of the disc the barbarians took out. Okay. I know. Okay, so the first adjustment, okay, knowing that you've had back issues for years, would you be apprehensive? I'd be apprehensive. Would you be apprehensive? I know you'd be apprehensive. Okay, what was that like?
It was fun. No, no, it was fine. I've had chiropractic adjustments before. This was pretty forcible, but I think it's helping. It's going to help, and I was happy to have it.
Oh, buddy, this stuff's guaranteed. I mean, when I see movement on the x-rays, I know we can get it working. Okay, but I mean, you're talking multiple doctors you've been to, and some of these injuries went back to high school.
Sure.
And you can tell it'd probably been like a couple of years since high school. Okay.
75. So.
Well, not that long. Okay.
1975.
So. But I mean, all those years, that's 30, 40 years. One of the things that I'm super excited about is when you look, and we can see evidence of damage 20, 30 years, okay, and you can gauge it on the amount of degeneration, but there was still movement. This is when you got to thank your grandparents, your great-grandparents that gave you some bulletproof genes. Okay, so you can fix.
Daddy.
Yeah, buddy, you did good. Thanks for the genes. Yeah, Ernest's chiropractor is thanking you. What caused you? I mean, were your parents, or what caused you to look? Because most people just abdicate authority and they just say, screw it, okay, this doctor's an expert, I'm going to follow him.
Well, I went that way for at least 7 years. I had 2 back surgeries and then another 5 years of pain meds, muscle relaxers, with no help at all. I still had the same sciatica, still had weak back, low back pain. Just, it was horrible. And so out of desperation, I decided to go to a chiropractor. And within 3 visits, my pain was gone and I was walking again. And it wasn't a problem with any of my discs, which they had diagnosed. It was in the sacrum.
And now, how long ago was that?
It was in 1977.
So you got hurt in high school. A couple years later, you found a chiropractor. Okay, that helped, but then there's more trauma.
Yeah, from the trauma of the back surgery, it led to arthritis or more issues in that area. And then in 2010, I had a 3rd surgery to remove arthritis or bone deposits around the area where they'd operated on.
Yeah. So three surgeries. The joints are still mobile. That just, and I went in there to get his just happier in hell, because I mean I was thinking because if there's no movement, and you got to figure you got all these bones in the spine, if you fuse a couple, the area above and below got to move twice as much. So you get somebody, and all chiropractors watching this, I know you're going, oh God, yeah. You get surgeries and it's a pain in the butt because you can't operate on or work on the surgery site. You got to work above and below. Every one of your joints was moving. It's like, I don't like to high five surgeons a lot, I'll tell you that much. Okay, maybe like this, but not like this. And this guy didn't damage you a whole bunch. We can move it, we can fix it. Okay, so what could you, okay, now you came into Mexico, because I know a lot of people are scared about Mexico, but I'm telling you, I come from Huntington Beach, and there's parts of Huntington Beach I would not walk down at nighttime. Okay, what'd you think of the place down here? Safe, secure, or dangerous?
Oh, it's fine. It's totally safe. The Grand Hotel was a wonderful place. Coming in, had no problem. So, yeah,
do you got relatives that said, "Good God, Ernest, you're going to Mexico?
No.
Don't you know there's a bunch of Mexicans there?"
No one said that. But,
No?
But
Okay.
I was apprehensive about coming across the border, but no problem at all getting across.
Yeah, they pick you up and drive you across. Yeah. It's the cool thing is if anybody has a business in American Mexico, in Mexico, it's normal. In fact, it's considered not normal if you don't hug each other before you start the day. I really like that. I mean, in Huntington, we start at 5 in the morning, we work till 6 at night, and typically there's a line of people out front, so we're going all the time. Here, everything shuts down. How you doing, Doc? How you doing, dear? I mean, I love this clinic.
Wonderful so far.
So now, what could you tell people? Because there are people out there, honest to God, they've been told, 4 or 5 surgeries, they're still in an Oxycontin, they're been told spinal stenosis, you get adjusted, you're going to be paralyzed, suffer, here's some more drugs.
Yeah.
But where do you, because you were told that too, where do you find that inner strength to say, this guy with all the education or pharmaceutical training, I shouldn't say education, with all the pharmaceutical training he's got, I'm still not feeling better?
Exactly. I just woke up one day and said, wait, I need to start critically thinking about what I'm being told. And doing that, I decided I chose you. I've been listening to you for a long time, and everything you said makes sense.
And it does too. You got to talk to some of the patients here, because you're going to meet a lot of really cool people. Okay, take charge of your health. Don't accept a diagnosis. Remember the old days, they'd burn something in your forehead to just show you what you're done? Okay, no. Your body is designed by God. It's intelligent. Find somebody that can take an x-ray, and somebody that does something. I don't care if they sprinkle chicken's blood and wave feathers. Okay, if they're doing a structural and neurologic change, they're doing something good. Okay, and just don't accept a diagnosis of whatever thing. If somebody says it runs in your family, name 10 people in your family that don't have it. Okay, if somebody says that it's genetic, ask your great-grandparents if they had it. Okay, so, and I know your great-grandparents only ate organic, fresh, seasonal, they were crazy. But Blue Ridge Mountains, buddy, I want to visit it.
You need to. I want you to come there.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah. When we get traveling, I've heard so many cool stories, because that's where, how that area was settled with the Black Irish, which were really the Scots that came over there. I mean, these are badass people. Okay, so you got some really good history.
Yeah, we like it there.
Yeah. And I could see why, because I told him, to get the curve back, we want to get that neck. And he says, you want me to walk around with my nose up in the air? And I said, you mean like a Brit? No, I'm totally kidding. God bless you, man. Take charge of your health.